Hello, welcome to Wine Down Wednesday. This is Rayne from National Realty. Before we start, I wanted to talk to you about a bottle of wine that I would definitely recommend. This is the Caymus Vineyards 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon. It is now available at Costco. I just talked to one of the housewives of Fairfax that verified that it is available at the Costco Fairfax for $75 to $79. So it's still available. So if you don't know too much about Caymus, it's owned by the Wagoner family in Napa Valley. And it was one of the only vineyards that has two bottles of wine that's won the Wine of the Year in 1984 and 1990. Now this is the 2019 vintage, and it is a very typical of, I think, Cabernets in California. It's very fruit forward, but it's very showy. So it's been a really good year for Cabernets at Caymus. So I would definitely try it. Don't buy them all, because I know once you listen to this, everyone's gonna go to Costco Fairfax and get a bottle of this. Okay, so now back to real estate. I know many of you have heard the state of the market that Joe and I recorded recently. So I wanted to follow up on that in terms of the shift in the real estate market in Northern Virginia. So, you know, one of the things that I was talking to a buyer about, and I think this is you're gonna start seeing this, is that we're gonna start seeing seller subsidies come back into the market because listings are taking a little bit longer to sell. Inventory is building up, so there's more choices for buyers. So one strategy I think has worked very well for some of our buyers is to ask for seller subsidies. So you might be asking yourself, what is seller subsidy? Well, essentially, we make a very competitive, strong offer, and we ask the seller to give us money at the closing table to help with closing costs, but also to help buy down the mortgage rates. Because as we know, mortgage rates have gone up dramatically from last fall, about 3+% to now close to 6%. So a lot of buyers, their buying power has gone down, but in this way, the seller, they will get the money back at settlement because they're just paying for the seller subsidy up front, which will get subtracted from their net proceeds once they close that settlement. So that's something that I've seen that's worked really well. So I think we're gonna see it come back again. Seller subsidies, along with more contingencies that we haven't seen before when it was even more of a seller's market. Now, on the sell side, you know, I'm actually going to talk to a seller tonight for a listing appointment. And I've had some pretty difficult conversations with sellers recently about their listings because listings just aren't selling as they were last fall. And there's been this noticeable shift in the spring in terms of how long listings are staying on the market. And so I'm having these really difficult conversations with sellers to look at mortgage rates and the increase in the monthly prices or monthly payments for buyers and their need to lower their list price. It's a very difficult conversation with a lot of sellers, and you will see as new listings come on the market, they will be priced lower as the market equilibrium comes down, as inventory builds up. Buyer demand is starting to evaporate a little bit. We're going to go into a slow season this summer before things pick up, possibly again in September, October. But right now it's kind of the summer season. It's slowing down a little bit. So the one thing I've been telling sellers about, and we are fortunate to have a lot of military personnel that we are honored that they're serving in Northern Virginia, is one, if they have a VA loan that is assumable, that is a great way for the seller to help buyers by allowing the buyers to assume their VA loan. Secondly, I think for some sellers, if it's the right situation for them, owner financing is another great way to market a listing when a seller is willing to finance a purchase for a buyer because they probably got their loan long back or it's been paid off their mortgage and they're able to do some owner financing. So those are two quick things that I would say on the buy and the sell side that I've heard as I've talked to a lot of buyers and sellers and my fellow realtors in the Northern Virginia market. So with that being said, if you are interested in buying, selling, or renting in Northern Virginia, especially if you're relocating here for a new job, if you're PCSing, you've got a permanent change of station, and you're coming to one of the 48 bases in Northern Virginia, welcome to Northern Virginia, because there's apparently over 1 million active duty military personnel in Northern Virginia, and we love working with the military. So give us a call. You can reach me directly at 703-216-2692, or feel free to comment below and let me know what questions you have. I'll be looking through those comments and be pretty active in responding. So that's it for this Wednesday's Wind Down Wednesday. So stay tuned for next week for next Wind Down Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody.